Every life has a story. Before the headlines, before the questions, and before the speculation, there was a person. Someone with dreams, relationships, memories, and a future that was never supposed to end so suddenly. This is the story of Lyric Backus, a 28-year-old woman from DeSoto, Texas, whose death captured public attention and left many people searching for answers. Lyric passed away on February 9, 2024, which was also her 28th birthday. Behind the tragedy was a woman who was more than the circumstances surrounding her death. She was a daughter, a friend, a mother, and a person with her own hopes and ambitions. Like many people, Lyric's life was made up of ordinary moments that mattered deeply to those who knew her. She had relationships, personal goals, and people who cared about her. While much of her early life has remained private, those close to her remember a person who had her own personality, dreams, and experiences that shaped who she became. The public often learns about victims only after something tragic happens. Their names appear in news reports, videos, and online discussions, but those stories rarely show the complete human being behind the name. They do not always capture the laughter, kindness, struggles, and everyday moments that made that person unique. As an adult, Lyric was known as someone who valued her personal life and relationships. Online discussions have shared different stories about her private life, including claims about her relationships and events leading up to her death. However, many of those details have not been officially confirmed by reliable sources. In a case surrounded by online attention, it is important to separate confirmed facts from rumors, and remember that speculation should not replace evidence. The days before Lyric Backus's death have become the focus of many conversations. Some social media posts and true crime discussions have suggested that she may have been involved in a situation involving a romantic relationship and possible secrets she wanted to reveal. However, those claims remain unverified publicly, and the complete circumstances surrounding her death have not been fully established through confirmed information. What is known is that Lyric's death left behind grieving family members, friends, and people who wanted answers. Losing someone unexpectedly creates questions that can be difficult to escape. Families often search for understanding, hoping to discover what happened and why. When a person dies under mysterious circumstances, the public naturally wants answers. People ask, what happened? Who was responsible? Could anything have been done differently? These questions become even more powerful when the victim was young and had an entire future ahead of them. However, investigations depend on facts, evidence, witness statements, and official findings. The internet can spread information quickly, but not everything shared online is accurate. A person's story deserves to be told with respect and honesty, especially when their loved ones are still dealing with loss. Lyric Backus should be remembered not only because of the mystery surrounding her death, but also because she was a person who lived, loved, and mattered to others. Her story represents the importance of seeking truth while respecting the life of the person at the center of it. Behind every crime story is a human story. Behind every headline is a family. Behind every name is someone who had dreams, relationships, and memories. Lyric Backus was more than a headline. She was a person whose life had meaning, and whose story continues to raise questions for those seeking answers.
Investigating the death of a mother and her little boy.
Seagoville police were called to a welfare check last week when relatives couldn't get in contact with them, and officers found the mother and son both unresponsive inside their home.
Janelle Ford just spoke with some of their neighbors and joins us live in Seagoville with what she's learned.
Well, Chris and Izzy, overall, this is just a very sad situation. The neighbors tell me that the mother and son were found dead in the garage of this home. You can see where someone's come and placed flowers out front. And tonight, investigators are working.
Backus and her 7-year-old son Deuce dead in the garage last week. Home surveillance cameras captured the chaos. Deuce was a first grader in Seagoville. Backus was a social media influencer. She had a clothing boutique and tens of thousands of followers. Family believes the pair died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Police are waiting on autopsies before confirming.
Here crying, screaming. The cops was out here, they taped it off.
Backus's family believes the pair died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Police are waiting on autopsies before.
So listen, you guys, I just have something on my mind real quick, and I just need to like get it off of my chest. So I'm on TikTok, okay, minding my business, being nosy like I always do, okay, and I see Yellow Beezy. They have, you know, the little video about his baby mama and stuff like that, right? And I was like, darn, I remember hearing something about that. But when as soon as I scroll on it, I heard alert, alert, alert. Now I do have discernments, okay? I am very good at what I do, okay? So I'm like, okay, let me read the comments and see what they talking about. So they was like, why you got Yellow Beezy name up there? He ain't had nothing to do with it. So I'm like, okay, all right. So they was talking about, yeah, because she passed away in the garage. Now, I do not want to say her name because I do not want her to be visiting me, trying to tell me what happened to her when I'm trying to handle my business, okay? So I'm like reading, they was like, yeah, she was in the garage and this, that, that, that. And I was like, in the garage and just fell asleep. Then I was like, okay, one question. Well, I have 5 or 6, 7 questions. What woman you know, what mom you know, okay, pulls up, okay, to her house, hit the garage door, okay, to be open, pulls in, put the car in park, okay, close the garage, okay, and decides, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep. Now the son is old enough to speak, okay, and I'm sure he would have been saying, Mom, come on, let's go. Let's go in the house. Wake up. Okay? Even if he was asleep in the car, you know the first thing you want to do is get them kids in the house. You want to get them in the house. You want to bathe them. Get them whatever, how y'all do. Okay? So I just have a question. What y'all think about it? Because I just feel like y'all sweeping up under the rug too easy for me. Okay? It sounds easy, don't it? It sounds like the perfect, but it don't make sense to me. Just help me out. So you as a parent, your kids in the car, you don't mind, you open, you do all these steps, these are steps that has to be done, okay? Please don't tell me she back then, okay? I'm just saying. All these steps that has to be done. Open the garage, put the car in park, close the garage, and you decide to snuggle in the front seat and be like, because I want